Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, March 15th, the middle of the month of March. The pattern looks like it'll stay relatively cold for the second half of the month of March. We talked about this yesterday. Doesn't mean every single day will be below normal, but on the whole, I think the second half of March looks like it'll be below normal in much of the northeastern part of the country, and quite active with numerous systems to deal with. We have a couple systems to deal with over the next few days. One will affect the Mid-Atlantic region late tonight through tomorrow, and then a second system will affect the entire Mid-Atlantic region early next week, Monday into Tuesday. A strong cold front sweeps through to the East Coast by late Tuesday, and that ushers in yet another cold air mass for the middle and latter parts of next week. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. And we have a system developing here over the northern plains, and this is a clipper type system that has dropped southeast from Canada into the northern plains, and it'll continue to track to the south and east over the next 24 hours or so, producing a swath of probably about 2 to 4 inches of snow in this region, something like that, over the next 24 hours or so. Now, it looks like it'll arrive in the Mid-Atlantic very late tonight or early tomorrow morning, and very likely could cause some snow at the onset, especially across places like southeastern Pennsylvania into adjacent New Jersey. Small accumulations are possible. There certainly can be a mixture of rain and sleet involved with this system, but snow is definitely a possibility north of the Mason-Dixon line tomorrow morning, and there can be some small accumulations, especially on grassy surfaces. That'll continue to move off to the east by tomorrow night. Sunday's kind of a transition day before another system pulls into the Mid-Atlantic region early next week. Well, here's the latest GOES infrared satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Lots of clouds associated with this Clipper system right now, and some precipitation out across the northern plains. Again, there'll be a swath of perhaps 2 to 4 inches in the upper part of the Midwest coming into the Ohio Valley as this Clipper system drops to the south and east over the next 24 hours. Reaches the Mid-Atlantic very late tonight, especially early tomorrow. And again, there can be some snow at the onset in places like southeastern Pennsylvania, parts of interior New Jersey and central New Jersey that can accumulate on grassy surfaces. New York City will be kind of on the northern edge. They too can see some flakes in the sky, but again, they'll be on the northern edge. D.C. will be in the middle of the precipitation band. We're probably a little too warm for snow down there. Mainly rain down there. The transition area or the mixture area will be across southeastern PA into central New Jersey. And again, there can be some snow and even some accumulations early on Saturday. Well, let's take a look at some 6-hour increment forecast maps from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. In general, the overnight model runs were a little bit colder with their depiction of the scenario on Saturday. And that little bit of a change can be a big difference in places like southeastern Pennsylvania in terms of precipitation type come tomorrow morning. This is the forecast map for early tomorrow morning. That low pressure area basically here over the Ohio Valley, precipitation just kind of moving into the D.C. And central part of Pennsylvania. Again, you look at this 540 thickness line, cuts right through the northern part of the Delmarva Peninsula down across south New Jersey here. That's kind of a rain-snow borderline situation here as this thing continues to progress to the east. Let's jump ahead now 6 hours. Here's a forecast map for tomorrow early afternoon. That low continues pretty much to the south of the Pennsylvania area as it's pulling towards the east coast. Rain-snow line still kind of cutting west to east into southeastern Pennsylvania, and some precipitation just on the doorstep of New York, but again, they will be on the northern fringes of this, it looks like. The heaviest precip will be south of there, across maybe southern Pennsylvania, northern Maryland, northern Virginia, D.C. area, and not a major precipitation producer, but it can produce a small accumulation of snow across southeastern PA into central New Jersey. 6 hours later, early tomorrow evening, that low is now pulling off the east coast. Still some precipitation here hanging back across southern Pennsylvania, across the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, that rain-snow line does not go too far to the north during the extent of this storm. Starting to drop a little bit to the south now. Can be a little bit of light snow or rain continuing in parts of the Mid-Atlantic region into the early part of tomorrow night. Now here's the forecast map for late tomorrow night. By this time, that low has pulled off the East Coast, pretty much ending the precipitation threat late tomorrow night, and much of Sunday will be on the dry side, but another system will be gathering strength here across the center part of the country. That will take a fairly similar track here and affect the Mid-Atlantic region beginning early Monday. Perhaps again a wintry mix, maybe some snow in the beginning of that system, and then most likely plain rain throughout the Mid-Atlantic region late Monday into Tuesday, at which time a strong cold front will be pressing in from the west. That strong cold front comes through later Tuesday, ushering in much more below normal air, cold air mass for the middle and latter parts of next week. Well, one final set of charts I'd like to show here. This is from last night's Zero-Z Canadian model run, which has actually been pretty accurate in recent times. So I wanted to take a look at this. This shows precipitation type. This is early tomorrow morning, and I'm just going to step through this in hourly increments. Notice the blues here all across Pennsylvania. This is now the late morning hours here. Again, these are hourly increments. So at this particular time, it has snow throughout the Pennsylvania region into central part of New Jersey. Maybe a little sliver of sleet mixed in just south of the Mason-Dixon line. Again, primarily rain across the D.C. region, and New York City region is on the northern fringes. We keep stepping through an hour at a time here, and it continues with the precipitation type in the form of snow across much of Pennsylvania and rain down across D.C. So there certainly is a threat here, I believe, for some snow in the southeastern part of Pennsylvania, interior central New Jersey, maybe even interior southern New Jersey during the morning hours tomorrow. Most likely rain in D.C., most likely little, if any, precipitation up across the New York City region. So stay tuned for some updates later today. For the SIWeather.com, I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.